I thought I would try something slightly different. It's a practice known as Lectio Divina, an ancient monastic practice of not reading the Bible as a text to study, but rather it's a practice to look at the scriptures in an imaginative way and to experience as much as is possible something of that which those in the stories experienced. I'm going to post this little part of our video separately on the YouTube channel that I hope by now you will easily have found, so that at any time, morning, noon or night, you would be able to go to this little video if you find this helpful, to listen to the lapping waves here in Moosdale Beach, to look at the beautiful dawn as the sun rises over on the other side of this peninsula, as nature just begins to wake up. Please sit comfortably, your feet flat on the floor, your hands on your knees, your back erect against your chair. Close your eyes if it helps, or keep them open as you look into the distance on this screen over to some of the Hebridean Islands and the beautiful blue, pink sky. When it was evening on the first day of the week, the followers were together. The doors were locked because they were afraid of the Jews. Then Jesus came and stood right in the middle of them and said, "Peace be with you." After he said this, he showed them his hands and his side, and his followers were thrilled when they saw their Lord. Then Jesus said again to them, "Peace be with you." Imagine how the disciples were feeling. They have followed this man for 3 years. They watched him be kind to people. They watched him angrily turn over tables in the temple. They watched him feed the hungry and lift up the lowly. They watched his strength and courage as he stood up against those who would put other people down. They watched him flogged, whipped, mocked. They watched him crucified. And here, in the aftermath of all of that, they sense him amongst them, saying, "Peace be with you." We cannot come together as the disciples came together behind their locked doors. We sit alone or with our partners or our family. We sit watching videos of church instead of coming together in our church buildings. And yet behind our locked doors, having heard the stories of Jesus feeding the hungry, of Jesus lifting up the lowly, of Jesus standing up to those who would put others down, knowing the stories of Jesus being mocked and whipped and crucified, we too genuinely can sense Jesus in our midst, saying to us, to you, peace be with you. And then saying again, peace be with you. It's okay if you would count yourself a Thomas, a doubter, a questioner. For amongst the disciples who had witnessed all these things, amongst the disciples in these events after the crucifixion, there was a questioner, there was a doubter. I will not believe it until I see the nail marks and his hands and put my finger where the nails have been and put my hand on his side, Thomas said. And to this questioner, to this doubter, Jesus comes and says, peace be with you. Peace be with you. peace be with you. Those who believe without seeing me will be truly happy. Jesus finished. Imagine this man of peace in your home. Coming to be with you with his kindness, with his gentleness, with his compassion. Gently and quietly urging you not to worry. Remembering his teachings. Remember them. To look to the birds of the field, the birds of the air, perhaps also the birds of the sea. And the flowers, and the lilies. They do not worry. They live in their present tense. May you know and learn to live in the present. And may you know he who comes amongst us into our homes, into our fear, into all our anxiety, and says, peace be with you. Having joined with me in this little practice of Lectio Divina, a more contemplative, prayerful, meditative way of reading Scripture. Bring yourself back out of your imagination to the reality of where you are. You've enjoyed, I hope, listening to the waves lapping. Seeing the beauty and stillness of this place. But beginning to sense the room around you. Remind yourself where you are. And take with you into that reality of all the news stories on the television and in the newspapers. bring with you into your housework, your daily chores, whatever lies ahead of you. What has been shared with you in this ancient monastic practice? Take with you into your life today the peace of Christ that passes all understanding. And prepare yourself now to enjoy the remaining parts of our online service of worship, or the remaining parts of your day. Peace be with you.